Welcome back to Nation of Glory. Today, we bring you a story of power, discipline, sacrifice, and destiny. A story about a warrior who came from the world of real combat, who walked into arenas as a soldier of sport, who bled on mats long before he stepped into the lights of WWE. A man who learned to wrestle before he learned to dream. A man shaped by discipline, carved by struggle, strengthened by soul. Today we talk about Tavion Heights. The man the world knew as Tracy G'Angelo Hancock before the WWE Universe met the storm he would become. You are about to hear a journey that hits the heart. A story of a warrior who carried pressure like armor, who never ran from challenge, who stood against the world because he believed in one thing, the purpose inside himself. So sit back, Nation of Glory. Let the music of courage play in your chest. Let your bones feel the weight of discipline, and your mind taste the power of story. Because this is not just a wrestler. This is a living testament to work, to heart, to grit. This is the rise of Tavion Heights. His life didn't start under bright lights. It didn't begin with roar, chants, or arenas. It started in the grind. Born in Colorado, raised in a world where toughness wasn't a choice, but a way of breathing. Life wasn't easy for Tracy. Nothing came for free. No shortcuts. No handouts. There were days where dreams felt distant, where opportunities looked like shadows, where talent stood tall but life stood taller. But inside him lived a fire, one that did not ask for ease, but asked only for a chance. He wasn't just a boy growing up, he was a fighter being formed. A young soul learning that there are two types of people in this world. Those who run from pain, and those who walk toward it knowing it is the only road to greatness. Tavion Heights. He chose the second path. Early in life, he found wrestling. Not the glamorous kind, the hard mat, the raw energy, Greco-Roman, ancient, brutal, beautiful, a discipline older than nations, crafted by warriors, designed to separate the strong from the strongest. In those early days on the mat, he learned something most people take a lifetime to learn. Pain is not the enemy. Quitting is. Sweat is not a burden. It is proof. Discipline is not restriction. It is freedom earned. Every drill, every repetition, every hour when the world slept and he was training. That was his childhood song. Those mats were his battlefield. That room, silent except for breath and heartbeats, became his temple. And he built not just muscle, not just skill, but character. Hard, sharp, unbreakable. But every warrior battles doubt. Every champion meets walls. Tracy faced expectations, pressure. He wasn't the kid gifted his path, he was the kid expected to usher his own destiny. Coaches demanded more. Life demanded more. The grind never eased. And when you're young, sometimes you ask the world, why me? But real champions don't wait for the answer. They build one. And so Tracy did. He trained harder. He pushed further. His body learned power. His mind learned steel. His heart learned how to refuse surrender. When most kids played, he was drilling. When others rested, he sweated. He wasn't chasing a dream, he was chasing self-mastery. And slowly, the world began to see him. Not because he asked to be seen, but because work cannot hide forever. Soon, he wasn't just a student of wrestling. He was a force in the sport. High school glory, national stage, then the Olympic track. Imagine the sacrifice. Imagine the hours. Imagine the weight of knowing you don't compete for points. You compete for pride, for honor, for legacy. Greco-Roman wrestling is unforgiving. No shortcuts. No flash. Just strength, technique, and willpower. He walked into that world as a student, and battled his way into becoming a contender. His name traveled through training centers. His reputation grew. People saw more than muscle, they saw commitment. They saw hunger that does not weaken. And slowly but surely, he climbed. Young, determined, eyes locked forward. But for every rise, life tests resolve. There were setbacks, losses, days when the body said no but the heart commanded yes. Days when the world looked unbeatable. But Tavion Heights always responded the same way. Stand up. Train more. Fight again. You cannot break a man who finds strength in struggle. You cannot stop a warrior who feeds off challenge. He wasn't chasing medals. He was chasing evolution. Becoming better each second. Polishing himself into something relentless. And then came the next chapter. A chapter many athletes never get, and many who get it never survive. Professional wrestling. WWE. When the call came, it wasn't luck. It wasn't coincidence. It was fate recognizing effort. WWE saw a warrior, not a performer in training. Saw a real wrestler, a combat athlete ready to step into entertainment, but carrying authenticity in his bones. See, Tavion Heights didn't come to WWE to try. He came to transform, to bring Greco-Roman power into the squared circle, to show that real combat discipline can become entertainment artillery. He stepped into the performance center, into NXT, and there he met a new battlefield. Ropes instead of mats. Roars instead of silence. Characters instead of soldiers. Many real sport athletes struggle to adapt. They come strong and break under spotlight. But Tavion, he didn't fear transformation. He respected it. He studied. He learned. He embraced the art, the performance, the storytelling, the psychology. He walked in as Tracy Hancock, and he rose as Tavion Heights. And the name fits. Heights. Because that's what he climbs. That's what he chases. That's where he belongs. In NXT, the world saw the next stage of his journey. Power, precision, technique carved by battlefield discipline. Every suplex wasn't just a move, it was a memory of the mat. Every throw wasn't just a strike, it was a reminder of where he came from. He brought authenticity to a world that blends sport and entertainment. And people took notice. Fellow wrestlers, coaches, fans. Because in Tavion, they didn't just see potential. They saw purpose. He wasn't a man trying to act like an athlete. He was an athlete evolving into a performer. A rare road. A difficult one. But he walked it without fear. But listen closely, what makes his story special isn't the medals. It isn't the training center. It isn't the transition. It's the quiet battles. The unseen struggles. The pressure of reinventing yourself when you already mastered another world. The courage to start from zero when you used to stand on top. That takes spirit. That takes humility. That takes real heart. Not everyone can start again in life. Not everyone can take greatness in one field and earn it all over again in another. Tavion Heights can. Tavion Heights did. And NXT fans have seen something rare. They've seen a gladiator learning to tell stories. They've seen power learning art. They've seen a fighter becoming a star. Some men are loud. Some men scream for attention. Tavion doesn't. His presence speaks. His silence has weight. His aura says everything. When he enters the ring, you don't see a character. You see a weapon. A disciplined force. A man who has tasted combat in its purest form and now stands ready to entertain through dominance. And that is why his journey is only rising. From appearances in global wrestling organizations like Pro Wrestling Noah, to locking horns in NXT with some of the most gifted young stars in the world, Tavion Heights remains consistent. He trains like a soldier. Moves like a machine. Fights like a man with something to prove, because he does. He's not here just to be a wrestler. He is here to become a name etched in legacy. And trust this, WWE sees it. WWE knows what they have. A powerhouse. A future titan. A man with Olympic discipline and a superstar spirit waiting to erupt. And in the months and years to come, the world is going to see Tavion Heights evolve into something unstoppable. Not just strong. Not just good. But dangerous. The beauty of his story is simple. It is real. No overnight success. No gifted throne. No sudden fame. It is earned. Every step. Every bruise. Every sacrifice. He didn't dream small. He didn't settle. He didn't stop. He changed lanes in life, but he never changed drive. True champions do not fear starting again, because they know excellence is a habit, not a moment. Tavion Heights is living proof. To the young athletes out there, listen to his story. To the dreamers training in silence, learn from his path. To the ones who lost one goal in life and fear there won't be another, look at Tavion Heights. He is the answer. One door closes, you build another. One dream ends, you chase a bigger one. One world finishes, you conquer a new one. That is the warrior code. That is what greatness looks like. And Nation of Glory, let me leave you with this. Tavion Heights may be in the early chapters of his WWE story, but do not underestimate the early chapters of a warrior. Legends are not judged by where they start, but by where they finish. And Tavion Heights, he is climbing, he is rising, and soon, the top of the mountain will have another name carved into it. A name built from steelwool, Olympic discipline, heart, and pain transformed into power. Remember his journey. Remember his struggle. Because struggle is not the opposite of success. It is the foundation of it. Thank you for joining us for this powerful story on Nation of Glory. If this journey inspired you, if it made you feel something deep inside, if it reminded you that greatness comes from effort, then support our mission. Hit like. Comment what part of his journey connected with you the most. Share this with someone who needs motivation today. And make sure you subscribe to Nation of Glory for more emotional, powerful stories of rising warriors and legends in the making. Until next time, stay focused, stay strong, stay undeniable. This is Nation of Glory, where warriors are remembered, and legends are born. Thank you, and see you soon.